Hey guys, Growth Camel ADV. I want to do a quick update on our fixed rear brake pedal for the Yamaha T7. Sales have been going great. Feedback has been really positive with the pedals. A few questions about brake tips and things like that. And a couple of small things I just want to point out just to keep an eye on when you're doing your install. So we've got a few emails from customers who are having their brake pedal bind a little bit, which the irony is not lost on me. I'm here buying a replacement rear brake pedal partially because the OEM ones bind. So the fact that some of the pedals that have shipped out are binding pisses me off to no end. It's something that I literally lose sleep over. I want to make sure that you guys are getting the best parts that you can and the quality of parts that you're expecting. So when we ship something out that isn't perfect, it pisses me off. It drives me crazy. We do the best that we can with it, and sometimes stuff slides through, unfortunately. There are two possible causes if your brake pedal is sticking, and if you do have a sticky pedal, by all means let me know. We will get you replacement parts sent out right away. I just want to make sure that you're happy with your purchase. The first one, the 45-degree bend here on the spring, the length of this leg on the spring is a little too long, and it is putting the spring into the washer here, so it is binding a little bit, which is annoying. The vast majority of springs are fine, there's no issue, but there is a small percentage that are slightly misbent, and that sucks. Easy fix though, we send you a spring. It is a pain because of course you have to wait for a new spring to show up, but we're able to get that out for you, no problem. The other issue a few people have had is that the stainless sleeve that goes through the brass bushings here is binding a little bit, so it's not moving nice and freely like this one is. So when we weld this collar in here, we get a little bit of distortion. Just obviously we're welding, we're putting a lot of heat into it, so it distorts a little bit. So we press the bushings in, and because we're pressing the bushings into this, which is slightly out of round after welding, that means the brass bushing is slightly out of round, which we totally knew and expected. So we line bore them to make sure that the hole accepts the sleeve. So there have been a couple of kits that have gone out where this has been a tight fit. So to make sure that we are giving you parts that fit perfectly and there's no issue, we are now checking the bushing fit, or the sleeve fit, I should say, into the bushing on every pedal and actually matching the bushing and sleeve together. So they're zip tied together, which means that this bushing was hand fit into this pedal before it was shipped. So it is absolutely 100% going to work properly for you. No drama. When you do get it, you're gonna have to cut the zip tie to apply the grease, which is now coming in a little tube, and then you can put the sleeve back in and do your install. So like I said, it really irritates me when we send stuff out that isn't bang on the money, and it's something unfortunately that happens. We put a lot of effort into making sure that it doesn't, and it's I don't know, the law of large numbers, unfortunately, but we want to get you set up. So if you have any issues with your brake pedal, any binding or anything, info@camel-adv.com. That is my email, and we will get you set up with whatever we need to get your pedal moving the way that it should. I said it's affecting a really small number of people, but it is really important to me. One of the other comments we're getting with the pedal is the size of the brake tip. I was a little bit surprised by it. This is about, I don't know, about 1.25 inches across, which is a decent sized pedal. We did a lot of research before we decided on the size of the pedal. Went to our local multi-line dealer, Blackfoot Motorsports. They've got like 10 different brands, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Honda, Yamaha, KTM, Ducati, Triumph, and a few other smaller brands. And we looked at pedal sizes on dirt bikes and on adventure bikes and street bikes, and then we came up with this size. And there are a lot of people that are not super thrilled with it. They want it to be much bigger. So we have made one that is about 5/8 of an inch longer, so it's about 16 millimeters. So we'll have those available soon. We also have the folding tip is in testing right now. And for those of you who have dropped foot pegs, lowered foot pegs, we have a drop plate that's going to bolt between the pedal here, and you're going to be able to move the tip down, and that will keep the angles and everything the way they should be. So that stuff is all upcoming. The larger pedal is going to, or larger tip I should say, and the drop bracket will be on the website within 2 or 3 weeks, and the folding tip, like I said, is in testing at this point, so it will probably be in the new year before we get that out. So along with the comments about the size of the brake tip, there were quite a few people that were really confused and annoyed that it didn't have a folding brake tip. Folding brake tips are not common on motorcycles, on-road or off-road. There's a few, like the T7 does have one stock, and the Triumph, I think it was the 900 Triumph Tiger Pro GT, whatever it is, it has a folding one. No other bikes that we came across had folding brake tips. They almost all have folding shift lever tips, but not brake levers, and it's just not a common thing. Dirt bikes especially have a tiny little brake pad, and they're not folding. So when we brought this guy out, we were pretty confident that it was going to do the job and everyone was going to be happy with it. It seems like that's not the case. So we do have the extra parts that are on the way, so just keep an eye on our website. Thanks again for all your support. Thanks for watching the video.
Ho ho!